2, 3, 4.
Now this looks great to me. Is this permitted or not permitted at the school?
This is not permitted.
Well, no, that's permitted. Probably not the song.
Too much hip shaking. Use your phone.
For my benefit,
Yeah.
I kind of know what grinding is, I think.
I don't know if I want to grind with Ryan.
A guy, right.
Very.
It's like a front to back type of dance. This is the chair. This is like grinding right here. It's like.
It's something like that.
Okay.
But you can just break off and just be like.
Yeah, what they don't exactly allow is when you're up against someone. Any sort of hip contact is expressly prohibited by the school.
Hip bump, hip bump.
Yeah, probably, yeah, that might not be allowed.
So hip bump.
That's allowed. You'd be allowed to be away from the person, but straight up, sure it's not allowed. So if you're like,
if you're like
in with a person, you know,
right, that's
against someone, definitely not allowed.
That's too subjective.
Front, you cannot arm length apart like this, and you can't be front to front like.
Touching.
And if you do that, you're kicked out.
Yeah.
You get kicked out immediately.
There's like hardly any contact, so.
Front to that music.
Front to front or back to front touching like you can't do.
Touching
to
at the
any
hips.
music, they don't allow it.
What about touching at the chest level?
Touching at the chest level, like if you have hands like full arms length apart,
yeah,
shoulders and like waist.
Okay,
that's
but
allowed.
Like a slow dance where you're away from each other would be allowed, but as soon as you become like embraced or in any way like close, then you'd be asked to leave basically.
So the kind of slow dancing you'd see in a 1950s movie maybe.
Allowed.
That's not okay?
It's a lot fast paced. Yeah.
Allowed. They probably allow that as long as it was like gentle, but as soon as you got like in any way like quick or like with tempo, like the music that they play, because they're playing fast-paced dance music, they're not playing slow songs, then you would be removed.
So it's a combination of tempo and touching.
Yeah, and probably just the general attitude that they feel you're putting into it. So.
Yeah, it's just It's not really a way to describe it.
It's a new rule. What happened is
not well received.
It wasn't well received by the student body at all.
Absolutely. The dance numbers have significantly decreased, and it's financially impacted. Like, I'm a member of DECA, and I know DECA has been really impacted by this because their dance just lost so much profits because they have the biggest dance. Like, last year it sold out 800 people. That's where they got tons of their money from. Now this year, I don't even think they have half of that, and it's just awful. It's because of the rule.
A lot of the students asked for maybe to have the rules, maybe have it, if they thought it was out of hand, bring things back, tone it down a little bit and have that as, the rules as opposed to an all-out ban to begin with. And that was, the administration didn't allow that either. They said, they nixed that entirely. They said, no, it's just outright banned completely. So we got together and we came up with an idea that would allow us to...
Took advantage of the business opportunity.
Exactly, that's how it did.
Yeah, we came about in our entrepreneurship class. We decided
we thought of it. It wasn't involved with the entrepreneurship class.
But
But we
an
were thinking. We were like, wait a second. There's a market that's not being served.
Hold up, pump the brakes.
Yeah, we're like, hold on. There's a market that's not being served, and that's all that they're talking about is in class. So it's not involved with the school, but we thought of it, and it should be a fun opportunity.